They say some houses are haunted because of what happened inside them. But what if a house was haunted before it was ever even built? The Winchester Mansion, located in San Jose, California, stands as one of the strangest architectural wonders in the United States. Its staircases lead to nowhere. Doors open into walls. Windows look out into other rooms. And at the center of it all was one woman, Sarah Winchester. Sarah was once the wife of William Wirt Winchester, heir to the vast fortune amassed from the Winchester repeating rifle, the so-called gun that won the West. But that wealth came at a cost, a terrible cost. Thousands, perhaps hundreds of thousands, died because of that weapon. And the legend says that every soul taken by it screamed for justice, or worse, revenge. When Sarah's infant daughter died of marasmus, a rare and wasting disease, Sarah broke. When her husband died not long after from tuberculosis, she shattered completely. Grief consumed her. In desperation, she turned to a spiritual medium in Boston, and that's where her story took a darker turn. The medium, without hesitation, told her she was cursed, haunted by the blood her family's fortune had spilled. You must build a house, the medium warned, a home for the spirits. Keep building, never stop, or they will come for you. And Sarah believed. With her inheritance, a staggering $20 million in 1881, equivalent to over $500 million today, she moved west to California and purchased a modest farmhouse. Then, without pause, she began to build, and build, and build. Carpenters were hired and ordered to work around the clock. There were no blueprints, no master plans. Sarah gave instructions each morning, sometimes changing them without reason. Entire wings were added and then sealed off. A staircase was built and then reversed. Rooms were constructed, decorated, and locked, never to be entered again. Some workers spoke of tools vanishing, of sounds in the empty hallways, of footsteps pacing rooms where no one was present. Locals whispered that she was mad, but others said she was afraid, genuinely terrified, because Sarah Winchester wasn't building a home. She was building a trap, not for people, but for ghosts. Over time, the house expanded into a 7-story labyrinth with over 160 rooms, 10,000 windows, and 2,000 doors, many of which opened into brick walls or sudden drop. One door on the second floor opens to nothing, just empty space. A fatal fall for anyone not paying attention. Inside, the number 13 is everywhere. 13 windows in a room, 13 ceiling tiles, even 13 steps on a staircase. Chandeliers were modified to hold 13 candles. Sarah seemed obsessed with the number, believing it to hold spiritual significance or protection. But the most chilling part of the house wasn't the rooms or the design. It was the seance room. Hidden deep within the mansion, the seance room was where Sarah would disappear at midnight. Every night, alone. It had one entrance and 3 exits, one of which led into a closet. Workers reported hearing her speak softly, as if whispering to someone in the dark. Some claim she emerged from the room with sketches, diagrams, or even full instructions, claiming they were given to her. But by who? Or by what? In one chilling account, a servant swore he saw Sarah in the seance room talking, and then laughing. But she wasn't alone. The air in the room had turned ice cold, and someone, or something, had answered her back. Visitors to the mansion today often report unexplained cold spots, flickering lights, or strange feelings of being watched. Some even say they've seen a veiled woman at the end of the hall, standing silently waiting. And yet, Sarah never stopped building. For 38 years, she remained inside that house, adding, rebuilding, redesigning. She slept in different rooms each night, reportedly to confuse the spirits. She never hosted guests. She never allowed blueprints. She refused to explain why she was building, even as her health declined. Then, in 1922, she died in her sleep. Her workers were instructed to stop construction immediately, and they did, leaving half-driven nails still sticking out of walls. Within hours, silence returned to the mansion. For the first time in almost 4 decades, the hammering ceased. After her death, a secret room was discovered. Hidden behind a false wall, it contained a small cot, a locked trunk, and pages from her journal. Among the scattered entries was one repeated line over and over. in increasingly erratic handwriting, "Build or you'll be buried." There was no name attached to it, no explanation, but many believe Sarah had seen something. A vision, a spirit that came to her in her dreams, a black figure with hollow eyes and a mouth that didn't move when it spoke. It whispered to her in that voice you hear when no one is around, when you wake in the dead of night and swear you're not alone. Whatever she saw, it haunted her, it owned her, and it demanded that the house never stop growing. Even now, a century later, no one truly understands the Winchester Mansion. It defies logic. It defies architecture. It defies history. Was Sarah Winchester mad with grief? Or did she know something that the rest of us refuse to believe? That the dead do not rest, and that guilt can build a prison stronger than any wall. To this day, the Winchester Mystery House stands silent, brooding, and filled with more questions than answers. Some say the spirits are still trapped inside. Others believe the house has taken on a life of its own, feeding on the energy of those who enter. So, do you believe Sarah was haunted? Or was she simply haunted by her own guilt? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're brave enough, join us next time as we explore another chilling legend that refuses to die.